I just filmed an entire video and I was editing it and then I deleted it because watching it back, I thought this is complete bullshit. You are being entirely fake. And what you're doing is you're forcing this video, and halfway through the edit, I'm like, nah, there's no way that I'm putting this out to the world. And I think this is really important to talk about because it also relates to the topic of the video, which is ironic, that we are done with fake, we are done with superficial, we are done with a one-night stand. We are now, and this is what I'm seeing, my prediction. And by the way, I'm a nobody. At the time I filmed this video, I get 100 to 200 views on my video. But because I have a phone and because I have an opinion and I have things I believe in, I get to press upload. And that's what this platform is all about. And I think that's also what being a master in your craft is about. And it might sound a little bit arrogant or egotistical for me to say master in your craft, like I'm quoting myself as a master. It's not that, it's just that the reason why we watch a video in the first place is because we value somebody's unique point of view, their different way of thinking, their perspective on life. That's entirely the reason why we click play and we continue to watch. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is, and what we've done over the years, is we've overvalued the superficial, the flash, the polish, the quick fix and shortcut hack to success. And that whole industry, fortunately, thank goodness, has crumbled entirely. And I think it's fucking brilliant because what we're moving into now is we're wanting real change, meaningful transformation, that long-term, I won't say marriage, but certainly that long-term relationship. And as I was watching my previous video back, I was talking about all these things. It just felt so contrived. So I had to hit delete, and I thought it's already 9 p.m. here, which is way past my time for filming. I'm normally going to bed by about 9:30, so if I look tired, apologies, but I did want to get this video filmed and signed off. The reason why I've committed to doing this video today is, number one, I've committed to one platform. My undiagnosed ADHD has ran the show for far too many years, and I've posted on every single platform. Let's do a bit of TikTok, let's do Facebook, let's do Instagram. And then when I stepped back from all of it, slowed down and observed myself, because if you're going to be a good observer of others in this world, one lesson I've learned is that you've got to observe self first. And when I observed myself and I said, well, Pete, what are your strengths? How can you show up where it's fun, where you can truly share your magic, not be attached to the outcome, whether you get 50 views or 5 million, that you're still going to be happy? And it's always YouTube. I've always known YouTube to be my platform. So that's why I'm here and that's why I'm sharing. And regardless, my commitment to myself, and I don't want to say this too out loud, is to post daily here. That's my commitment. And sure enough, I niche in peaceful sales and consulting. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, you've never come across me before, I've specialized in sales transformation for the last 20 years. And I've consulted for a lot of companies around the world, hence sales and consulting. But I'm also done working from a place of stress and anxiety. I just reached a point where anxiety was running the show. I got overwhelmed with physical, like the worst symptoms ever. I'm not going to go on about it in this video, so talk about it in other videos. And I had to just completely change how I live and prioritize my life. So peaceful sales and consulting is what I mostly talk about on my channel. But at the same time, the cool thing is that we buy into people, right? And I didn't want to just niche down and only talk about those topics. I wanted to talk more broad and share videos like this, because in 2025, this is my bold prediction, in 2025 and beyond, we are wanting to be following less people online, but truly work with those people. And I'm not saying buy from those people, but work with those people that empower us in a way because they challenge us to think differently about ourselves. And in order to be that, it requires a deep level of trust in yourself, true mastery in your craft. And mastery, yes, it does mean niching all the way down, but also being a generalist and being able to talk about many different things in life. Being able to share your beliefs, not from a place of arrogance, but beliefs that you stand for and you're consistent behind. I think a lot of the reason why we're done with certain people online is because they chop and change their niche all the time, they chop and change their beliefs, and even if we don't pick up these things consciously, we pick it up unconsciously. And that's why the shortcut hacks and get rich quick, we don't fall for it like we used to. And I think we all fell for it at a certain time. I definitely fell for it. But post 2020, we've gone from the world wanting this high energy, let's make millions or whatever the case might be, to wanting calm, peace, to be around great thinkers, observers of life, so on and so forth. So I'm going to bring this all the way back to you, and who knows, hopefully, I said people don't want inspiration, but hopefully inspire you a little bit today, that what are you holding back on? Because I feel like the truly great thinkers are not the ones sharing. They're the ones that are overthinking. I've heard this, there's a science behind it. I'm going to misquote the science, but apparently the more intelligent you are, the more you overthink, therefore you do nothing. And that's why people of below average intelligence, not all, but some, go and thrive because they just get on with it and they share and they show up and they don't have all this emotional baggage behind what they're doing. They're just like, yeah, I'm doing this to make money, or I'm doing this to help people, or both. It doesn't really matter. They're taking action, and that action and consistently pays again and again and again. And I will quickly share this. I spoke to a friend of mine today and he said, Pete, I can see a difference in how you've been showing up over the last few months compared to all the years before that. What has changed? And I said, quite honestly, number one, it's getting on top of my undiagnosed ADHD and removing a lot of the bullshit, a lot of the fakery, being willing to delete a video that just felt fake as I was editing it, but then choosing, being all in on one platform and having that consistency, and finally not being attached to the outcome. Showing up because I want to, because it feels good, and doing it because I believe in mastery in my craft. So for you, I feel that it might not be YouTube, or maybe it is, but there's a platform, there's a place, and there's people that are waiting to hear from you. But if we're overthinking and we get analysis of paralysis, I can't say the word, we get analysis paralysis, it's never going to happen. And I can prove this with one question. What is the transformation that you would love to provide in other people's lives? That simple. I guess you can say, why does that matter to you? Because if it matters to you enough, then nothing's going to stop you, nothing's going to stand in your way. And that is my message today. The world has shifted. We no longer want the short term, the one night stands. We're looking for those meaningful relationships, and we're looking for the true masters in their craft. And that is why it's an extremely exciting time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.